Hello and welcome everybody to another Tarkir Dragonstorm draft. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at Platinum 1. Now, it has actually been a few days since the last time I recorded, but of course for all of you, it's just a continuous timeline. So there might be a little bit of rust, but I'm excited to get back into Tarkir Dragonstorm. As I mentioned in the previous video, we did just purchase a new home, so I've been very busy coordinating everything for the move in here. So if you have any tips or anything that you found out for any homes that you have purchased, mention it in the comments below. You know, just the landscaping, repair, all that stuff. It's a lot, but I'm super happy that I'm in the process of doing it. And hopefully, like I said, over the course of the next 2 or 3 weeks, you will see a new backdrop here for me. All right, now before we head into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all of your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need some booster boxes just to crack open some packs, or you wanted to buy some singles for your constructed decks, your standard, modern, or pioneer decks, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, all that good stuff to make sure you're ready to go at your next tabletop event, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They also have a very heavy convention presence, so if you ever see them at a MagicCon or an SCG-Con, make sure you say Paul sent you to get 10% off in person as well. All right, to Mardu or to Mardon't? Or any number of things. Okay, this is actually quite an exciting pack. Or not exciting, but interesting. Well, there's 3 rares, but I don't really like any of them. I think for me, there's several uncommons that really stand out. And then a common, we have Caustic Exhale and Shock Brigade. And that is Descendant of Storms, Roiling Dragonstorm, and War Effort. And I'm not really sure which direction I want to go. Do I want to beat down or do I want to Dragonstorm? I also like the War Effort. All right, let's beat down. Let's take Descendant of Storms. I do think I like that a little bit more than the War Effort, just because it's such a premium 1-drop. But of course, now we get past an Ambling Stormshell. So now it really just comes down to, do I want to commit to the Descendant of Storms here and take Zurgo's Vanguard, which is also really solid 3-mana creature, or do I take the Stormshell here? Because the Stormshell doesn't go particularly well with the first pick Descendant of Storms. Now, had I taken the Roiling Dragonstorm, this would be a very easy Stormshell. All right, passing the turtle. We are passing the turtle. Let's do it. Although, you know, when I see a pack that does have an Ambling Stormshell pass to me, it does make me wonder, like, oh, did the person passing to us take something aggressive? Because moving on to pack 1, pick 3, fairly weak pack here overall. Dragonstorm Globe for the slower decks. And then if I want to be beat down, there's a Devoted Duelist. And there's also a Nomad Outpost. I think given my direction, there's a slight chance that we splash black as well. So let's just take the Nomad Outpost, because I think Devoted Duelist is a fine 2-drop, but kind of replacement level. I think Shock Brigade and Fortress Kinguard are better. So let's take the Nomad Outpost here and move along. Oh my gosh, a 4th pick Descendant of Storms. This is a premium uncommon. If you look at just the win rates of the Boros uncommons, this is actually a higher win rate card than War Effort. Even though War Effort seems extremely important, I do think the Descendant of Storms might just be better. So very, very happy to see this pack 1, pick 4. And this pack also has a Bolt Caster and a Bearer of Glory. Hopefully that is a sign that the red-white archetype is open here. But of course, we're also seeing late Rakshasa's bargains as well, so you never know. Here, yeah, I mean, given our start, I think it's just Bearer of Glory. Just a nice solid 2-mana play here. And let's move on. Now, noting that we're not seeing a ton of red cards, things that stand out would be Shock Brigade, cards of that nature, but white certainly feels very open with the late Descendant of Storms. Here's also really late Fortress Kinguard. Notably, there is a late Dispelling Exhale as well. That is one of the best blue commons in the set, and we are seeing it here late. Not seeing that much red, but it's okay. We're seeing a ton of white, and that's totally fine here for us. Very, very happy with this collection of cards. Moving on to pack 1, pick 7, though. This is certainly a weak pack. I don't really care too much for Tempest Hawk or Twin Bolt. Now, there is a world where I move into maybe a black-white deck splashing red. I'm not sure. We do have this Nomad Outpost. So why don't we go ahead and take Reigning Victor? You know, I even played this in a straight red-white deck. It actually performed reasonably well. So, and given these packs, it does look like the go white strategy is available here. There's another really late Fortress Kinguard. I do think that's better than Hardened Tactician and Reigning Victor, so we're going to go ahead and take that here. Now, this is the pack that had the War Effort, by the way, but the Shock Brigade tabled, which is still an excellent sign. There is another aggressive drafter at the table, but seeing this table means that there's a really good chance there aren't two other aggressive drafters at the table. And wow, Durgar Island Dragon, Sago Pummeler also still in the pack. This pack must have been incredible here, but very, very happy tabling that Shock Brigade. And we are settling into a very, very nice red-white aggro deck. Could use a few more spells here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 decent creatures, but you know, this is our deck. Do I want Twin Bolt or Aggressive Negotiations? I mean, it feels like we're going to be a red-white base deck, so I'll just take the Twin Bolt. But I'll be pretty unhappy if that does end up making my deck. Here I'll take, I don't know, Stormbeacon Blade, but another card I'm not too happy about. There's also Fire Rim Form, another card I'm not too happy about. The cards on the left here are the ones that I want. And, you know, as far as the spells that I want, you know, cheap removal spells, Rebellious Strike are cards that really stand out. Coordinated Maneuver, also a card that I would like having, but not seeing any of them on the wheel. So maybe this was an aberration, tabling the Shock Brigade. So maybe we should consider the possibility that we want to be black-white. I don't know. Here, pack 2, pick 1. This, you know, this happened to me the last time I tried to draft Boros. I just opened a pack with literally nothing for me. Like, there's just, I don't want to take an Exhale this early or a Seize Opportunity. These are the types of cards at table. I think I'm just going to speculate on a Karsi Revenant, and if somehow black-white ends up being super-duper open, I'll be happy that I have this in my deck. I think in general, I would prefer to be red-white, but we'll just take that here. Moving on to pack 2, pick 2. There's Coordinated Maneuver as a nice interactive spell, but Sunset Strike Master is also fantastic. Great 2-drop, helps kill dragons, helps you ramp to double spell as well. I do think that is the pick out of this pack here for us. Oh, the Bolt Caster didn't table too, right? All right, easy. Whoa. Easy Salt Road Pack Beast here for us. Unsparing Bolt Caster, I don't mind as well. You know, attack your 1/1 token and then trade up with the Bolt Caster. But I do think the Pack Beast is a good amount better here. And this is still looking okay. You know, not insane by any stretch, but here, there's nothing that's straight red-white that I love. I'm actually going to take this Purging Stormbrood. I have a Nomad Outpost. This is a totally fine combat trick, really good in the mirror as well. And if I do pick up a Mardu Devotee, then all of a sudden, every now and then, I can also cast this for the dragon side of things. So, you know, this being our first decent combat trick as well. Pretty happy picking this up. Now I'm going to slam Stadium Headliner. Wow, our 1-drops are looking fantastic here. This just gives us the ability to go wide. Also is a threat that also acts as something that I can use to kill things in the late game. And now I have the choice between Mardu Monument and Bearer of Glory, and I will take the Mardu Monument here. And now this makes it so that playing the Purging Stormbrood is that much easier. And just honestly playing a Swamp and getting the ability to make 3 1/1 tokens is extremely strong here. Don't think I'm going to take Flamehold Grappler. It looks like we're more set up to splash black. I'll just take a Lightfoot Technique in case I need a combat trick. Although I think it is a trick I would rather not play. I would much rather have cards like Coordinated Maneuver, which I will take out of this pack. So yeah, as far as straight up playables go, we are a little bit light, right? We are looking at 13 cards here. I guess I shouldn't completely eliminate these as options. But these are all certainly cards we can play, especially the Reigning Victor. Like, I've been okay just playing this card. It certainly gets a lot better if I can pick up a Devotee or 2. All right, Seize Opportunity, I actually do not mind as well, especially given the lack of good tricks or removal that we have. I think this is a totally serviceable card. Getting another Coordinated Maneuver on the wheel is very, very nice for what we have. That is exactly, like, now I can kind of cut these cards. And you know what? Honestly, this is now a pretty good setup, right? We have 2 removal spells. This is basically a removal spell in this type of deck. Good combat trick. And then 3 black sources to potentially cast a Stormbrood as well. Now, I really will try to minimize taking black cards for the most part. But, like I said, this is mostly a white spell that every now and then I can use to play as a dragon. Do not like the Dragonback Lancer, and, you know, still just a really solid start here. Hopefully we can pick up some really, really incredible uncommons. Wow, Salt Road Pack Beast I love, but there is Frontline Rush and Duty Beyond Death. I don't care about the Molten Exhale. In fact, I think Pack Beast is actually better than Molten Exile in this type of deck. So the question is, do I want Frontline Rush or Duty Beyond Death? And I'm actually not sure, but I do have a lot of ways to go wide here. I think they're both defensible. I think I'm going to take Frontline Rush. Let me know what you think, though. I think that pick is pretty close. They're both completely busted. They're both completely busted. This Frontline Rush has won me a ton of games and just in a pinch acts as something that you can play on turn 2, which is why I took it. But I think it's extremely close between the two. And the data suggests that they're both super close. And again, I am not entirely sure. With the, I already have double coordinated maneuver, a bunch of things that help me for going wide. So I just wanted this thing that also helps you for going wide, but adds tokens to the battlefield. And of course, pick 2 War Effort is absolutely incredible. Super happy picking that up. And now we got a pack 3, pick 3 Dalkoven Pack Beasts. That is amazing. Yes, there is a Zergo, but no, I'm not going to take it. It's really hard to play this on turn 3. I don't have any Mardu devotees. This card is almost as powerful, and I can cast it way, way more consistently. So very, very happy about the Dalkoven Pack Beast. All right, moving on here. Pack 3, pick 4. We have Sun Pearl Kirin versus another Fortress Kinguard. I do like the maneuver, but I think I'd rather play one of these 2-mana creatures instead. I think I like the I already have 2 Fortress Kinguards. I like the flexibility. I like the flexibility that I get in having some like the first copy of the Sun Pearl Kirin. So I will take this here. Picking up a pack piece is obviously great. Moving on to this pack, I'll just take Bearer of Glory as another 2-mana play. And yeah, we are not short in 2-mana plays here. Nothing I'm going to play out of this pack. So let's just take a rare for gems. And now we have the choice between Fleeting Effigy and Jeskai Devotee. And let's go ahead and just get Fleeting Effigy in here. Another Fleeting Effigy, okay. Wow, oh my gosh, the Duty Beyond Death tabled. I'll tell you what, the Frontline Rush probably wouldn't have tabled. That is unbelievable. And wow, this deck is just actually perfect. 5 1-drops. I mean, we have 2 removal spells, 2 incredible go wide effects, the coordinated maneuver tabled. So now we just literally have 16 lands. This is a 16 land deck. Our curve is really low. We have a Mardu Monument that also acts as a mana source, and then the Sunset Strike Master as well. So, I mean, I don't have any rares in this deck. Oh no, I do have the Headliner, but not a ton of rares. But this is just a bread and butter Boros aggro deck. Tons of good cheap things, amazing curve, and things that also benefit you for going wide. We have lots of things that benefit us for going wide here as well. Absolutely love this configuration. And I do think I want to play the Swamp with the Mardu Monument. I do think it's worth. So let's go ahead and play that. We just have several things that want us to have a bunch of tokens in play, and we have the Purging Stormbrood. I'm hoping that playing the 1 Swamp doesn't absolutely wreck us. Also, I'm not a huge fan of Defibrillating Current as a removal spell. It's just a little too clunky, and I don't care about the life gain that much. So let's see what happens. Certainly just playing 1 Swamp. Something like this makes the most sense to us. Yeah, so this gives us 9 white, 7 red, 1 black. But then the Mardu Monument gives us basically, 10 white, 8 red. So there is that. I mean, do I have anything else in my sideboard really that I want to play, right? Because the question is, do I want, like, if I don't play Mardu Monument and Purging Stormbrood, are there like 2 cards that I want to play here instead? And I think the answer is no. Now, noting that I do have a bunch of 1-mana red cards, and I only have 6 untapped red sources, which is a little bit awkward. Yeah, actually, because of that, I do think I probably want to have an even split. Even though I have more white cards and red cards, everything is single colored anyways. And given that I have an even distribution of 1-mana cards from both colors, this basically gives us, with the Monument, 9 white, 9 red. And then we have the 1 black here for the Purging Stormbrood / Mardu Monument. All right, I hope this Swamp doesn't kill us, but I do really like this configuration. Let's beat some people down. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and would like to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Really do appreciate your support. Access to the Patreon will give you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to up your limited game. The members of the Discord channel are extremely active. Big shout out to all of you for helping just grow and develop this community. I would not have been able to do it without all of you. So check it out. All right, on the play here, a little bit land heavy, but you know, I cannot complain here. Turn 1 Descendant of Storms into Sunset Strikemaster is awesome. And you know, like a lot of the times I would make a token here, but in this instance, I think it's better to play, you know, a 3-power creature. Einok Wayfarer. Let's see what they do here. So they're gonna get a land here, I think. Oh no, they made it a 2/2. Interesting. Am I just happy with this trade then? Probably, right? Sure. How do you make a 2/2 and not black either? That seems extremely wrong to me. Like, to make the conscious decision to... they must have a piercing exhale. No? No, just nothing? Fair enough. Okay, they endured. Bearer of Glory. Interesting. So I can attack with Zergo's Vanguard, and I suppose it would trade with these two. That doesn't seem particularly strong. I can also just run out Bearer of Glory and pass, and then see what they do. Alright, we'll just do that. Alright, looks like our opponent drafted the Golgari Counters deck. 4-3. Okay. Like, I have to attack here. I mean, they're on the verge of stabilizing here. And I know there's not going to be some, like, incredible trades, but I just got to do what I got to do here. So with this trade, I will basically lose my entire board. So now my question is, should I look to bounce something with the Kirin here instead? Or do I just get in for 2 extra points of damage? I think we just let the trades happen and I bounce the token. Oh, wow. We top deck Dalkovan Pack Beasts. Fair enough. That is excellent. Now, they're still at 12 life, and I certainly lost a lot of my aggression, so if they play something big here, it's obviously not going to be ideal for me. Warden of the Grove is something big. Absolutely it is. And Abzan Devotee, okay? Mardu Monument. That's also quite interesting. I mean, this seems fairly straightforward here. They're probably going to double block the Pack Beasts. And what I'm going to want to do is kill the Devotee, pump everything, and they take 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, this is just lethal. If they don't... Okay. Wait, why did they... Okay. I mean, I don't know why they really like this 1/1 token, but that's fine for me. Red-white beats. Couple more wins to go for Diamond. All right, we are on the play here. Oh, no red sources. I gotta mulligan this hand. It's just a little too inconsistent, I think. I will keep this hand. I'm just not sure what to bottom. I think it's the Sunset Strikemaster because I can't play it on turn 2. Because my turn 2 play is going to be Mardu Monument, and by the time I use Mardu Monument to get a mountain, then at that point I don't think I need the acceleration, and I'd rather have the other creatures I have in my hand. So that's my thought process, at least. Of course, we're going to just naturally draw a mountain off the top, probably. Nope. That is a Bearer of Glory. I want to just maximize aggression here. Bearer of Glory is just going to be very, very tough here to block. And if I miss a land drop for the next turn, then I can play the Mardu Monument. Oh, wow. We hit Stadium Headliner. That's crazy. So I'm really hoping they don't have a counterspell here. But if they had a Caustic Exhale, they should have used it on Descendant of Storms. So I don't really know if I love the sequencing, but I guess if their plan was to kill Bearer of Glory, this makes sense. All right. Nice aggressive start here for us. Vanguard's going to be huge. Man, how did I not get one Mardu Devotee? Just one. I would have loved one. Two. Two would have been better. Formation Breaker. Okay. How do I want to do this? I assume they're going to want to block the Stadium Headliner. The question is, do I want to make a 1/1? Or do I want to play Zergo's Vanguard? This is okay. I think I want to play the Vanguard. It just represents so much more damage if they don't have a removal spell. Right? And then, like, if they do kill this, then next turn I'm going to just start pumping out tokens here with the Descendant of Storms. But, you know, there's two creatures that are really annoying for them to deal with. So liking this. Kishless Skimmer. Okay. Formation Breaker. All right. This should be totally fine here for us. Need a black source for the Mardu Monument. All right, now we get to make a token. Now the question becomes, am I interested in saving anything? And the answer is no. Like, given that they just blocked the token, I think that's fine. I want to use the frontline rush for a potential kill here. So that's kind of my thought process here. Synchronized Charge, I do not care about. I'm at 20 life, so. Okay. They have one card left. Okay. Another land there was not ideal. So 1, 2. Now this is really interesting because they have one card in hand, and I need to figure out what I want to do with this frontline rush. I don't have lethal, which is the problem. So I think I just want to kill the Formation Breaker here. Let's see, they take 2 damage. All right. I didn't have lethal, right? +5, +5. Yeah, I was 1 short. Oh, the Earth Carver is so bad for us. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Let's make a token. Ay, ay, ay. That was such a good follow-up. If they just played one creature, it wouldn't be so bad. But now they have the Synchronized Charge. They can hit us for a lot. So this, yeah, I mean, we're going to need to draw something big here, I think. They should probably just make a 2/2, honestly. But actually, I don't know if they've played a land this turn. Oh, they haven't. Okay, so they're going to hit me for 8 this turn. All right, we're at 4. War Effort. Shock Brigade. Okay. Swamp would be good. We need our opponent to whiff. Or we need to go like Pack Beast into Coordinated Maneuver. Just like, we obviously need... Duty Beyond Death would be fantastic. One of those big kind of go-wide payoff cards. Granted, the Frontline Rush was one of them. but I think we were 1 damage short of killing them. So I was feeling pretty good about clearing out my opponent's entire board there. But like I said, the Earth Carver, any way to like make 2 tokens on this board was going to be really rough for us. Would Natural Swamp do it? Natural Swamp would do it. Oh my, what? They top decked Lie in Wait. Wow. So let's see, they block 3 things. Yeah, we just don't have close to lethal. And then they get to play this and kill my Mardu Monument. So, and this doesn't do anything. I don't have the ability to kill them with this. I said my opponent needs to not top deck something, and then they just like drew a 3-for-1 creature. That's not going to get it done for us. That is not going to get it done for us. Yeah, good for you. Good work. Oh, and you drew a 2-mana play too? Oh, Synchronized Charge? Okay. You know what? Sometimes you get LSV'd. Luck, skill, victory. All right, let's move on. I still believe in this deck. I think it's great. Really happy with that Duty Beyond Death that tabled along with the War Effort. We were super close in closing that out. Games like that make me wonder if there's any other way that I could have gotten in for 1 extra point of damage. But it is what it is. They stabilized and we lost. All right, opponent on the play. I will keep this because I have a 1-drop into the Kirin. Would really love a red source here, of course. Drew a 3rd land here. So this is still fine as it gives me something to do on turn 2 and then something to do on turn 3. But obviously we really want a red source. They have Counterspell mana up. I'd rather just make a 1/1 there. Stormplane Detainment, sure. Oh, that's awkward. I think I should still play the Pack Beast, but having my red source be the Nomad Outpost is not the best. Oh. Let's play it. Interesting. They should have waited till like all my mobilized things came into play. I probably just want to save that, right? Maybe I... Yeah, leading with the red source was not great. Oh well. Because I could have played the Nomad Outpost given this. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Sage of the Fang, okay. So to the skies we go. And... all right, I knock Wayfarer. A lot more people doing these, like, counter strategies. Whoa, what is this? What are these colors? Okay. Huh. All right, I'm hoping they don't have a counterspell here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is the game. Duty Beyond Death. Heck of a magic card. Now, Frontline Rush also would have been lethal there. And War Effort probably also would have been lethal too. So they're all close. They're all really good payoff cards. But we will take that one. 2 and 1. All right, opponent on the play. We do have the Descendant of Storms again. Would really just, you know, just like a nice, like, can I get a stress-free opener? Just plains, mountain, and cards. There's always stress involved here. But you know what? At least I have the right color. Like, if this was double mountain, I'd probably have to mulligan. Or I'd absolutely have to mulligan. But here on the draw, you know, we have the turn 1 Descendant into Bearer of Glory. All right, turn 1 Blossoming Sands. Oh, there, you know. All right. Complain enough and you get what you need? Roamer's Routine. Okay, so I guess we go Pack Beast next turn. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I don't have a second red. We'll just play the Pack Beasts. So next turn, if we don't draw a land, we can go Fleeting Effigy into Coordinated Maneuver. That is certainly an option. Wow, they have a slow deck, I'm just going to say. If they have a Molten Exile, they should kill my Pack Beasts, like, right now. Oh, wow. Okay. I only have access to 3 untapped mana here. How do I want to do this? So if I kill this, I deal 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. But I think I'd rather trade and use the maneuver for a bigger creature. The question is, do I want to do this? I'm going to decline this time. I'd rather, at this point, just add more power and toughness to the battlefield if I can. And go wide. This just lets me kill bigger things. So even if they kill the Pack Beast, it's a good amount of damage. I suppose I should have played Bearer of Glory, because if I draw land number 5, that acts as a way to pump things. Okay, rolling Dragonstorm. I mean, this is literally, these 5-color do-nothing decks are literally the reason why people have been doing so well with Boros. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Purging Stormbrood. 1, 2, 3. I don't have lethal. I think this is going to be more than good enough here. Having access to... Oh, never mind. Never mind. Meringue River Regent. That is a good one. Wow. Okay. Okay. I see what you're doing. I see what you're up to over there. So this does technically kill the River Regent. So now my question is, do I try to save the Strike Master because they might kill it, or do I play Bearer of Glory? Because if I play Bearer of Glory, I'm also representing potential lethal here. Let's say they kill this. Then I play the Effigy. That's not enough to kill them. Kill the River. Okay, the Meringue River Regent, I am very unlikely to kill with the Coordinated Maneuver. So I at least have to concede that part. All right, let's just play both. Like, the thing is, they're gonna need to kill both anyways. Like, they're both very problematic creatures. I apologize, opponent, for saying you have a do-nothing deck. Your deck apparently is awesome. Okay. Wow. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. What do I do? Just keep going wide and never stop. And hope they just can't attack me. Knockout maneuver. They have one card in hand. So I have a couple of options here. I can either just kill the Constrictor Sage in response, or use this. Killing the Siege seems better. Now they can tap this down, but that's not particularly strong. Okay, Dragon Hunt, Bearer of Glory down. Okay. Yeah, and now this is just a clear, like, go wide, attack, and hopefully hopefully that's enough. Four, five, six. That's not enough, right? Now the question is, am I interested in pumping with the Stormbrood? I don't think so. Or am I interested in playing the Stormbrood? I also don't think so. I think this is actually better as a combat trick to get in for the last few points of damage. So let's say they like tap something down, play another blocker. I still have enough, right? Yeah, Karakit Guardian and tap out to tap down my Guardian. And that's lethal. All right. Every point of damage. Very big. I mean, they got to do so many big dragon things, but we were still... Oh, seize opportunity as well. Okay. Boom. Nice dragon deck. Check out all these commons. Can you deal? I don't think so. Did I have fun? Absolutely. We're 3-1. We're on the cusp of diamond. One more win. Let's go. Okay. We are on the play. We have our colors. We don't have any one-drops, so we can play turn 1 Outpost into Shock Brigade. Very, very nice. You know, I don't play this deck enough. Like, do I just play the Kirin after I attack with the Shock Brigade? I think so. Just to draw the card and have another flyer? But we'll see. Oh, never mind. What the heck is that? Ringing Strike Mastery was played against us. I'm going to do this now to play around counter magic. And still put a something to pressure my opponent. Like, sure, they can kill the Zergo's Vanguard, and I hope they don't. We'll see. Sultai Devotee. Okay, so they're playing a little defensively. Oh, that's not going to go well for you. Oh my gosh. Oh, Duty Beyond Death, you are a national treasure of a card. All right, well, this is obviously an extremely good board here for us. Lie in wait to get back a 4-power creature is also extremely powerful. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Until the end of your next turn. So I think I'm just going to play this now. See if I can hit some stuff. Okay. All right, well, that was kind of a whiff. But we still have a coordinated maneuver, so if they play something small, we can just kill it. Honestly, just going to fire that off here because I won't be able to use it otherwise. Oh, they have a counterspell? Yeah, I guess I could have waited till I untapped. And I also have drawn 47,000 lands. Wow. That is an aggressive block. I guess I missed out on 1 damage, right? But, wow, 9 lands. Okay. Oh, still good enough. Whew. Thought that might have gotten a little bit dicey. Because we got a little bit flooded there at the end, but good curve, just enough tricks, Duty Beyond Death being amazing. And we are now Diamond. Gets us 1 step closer here to Mythic. Trying to rush to Mythic as quickly as possible here. 4 and 1. All right, we are on the play here. Plains and Mountain in the opener with Descendant of Storms, Fortress Kinguard, Bearer of Glory. Great, great start. What do you normally like starting out with here? Do you like turn 2 Bearer of Glory or turn 2 Fortress Kinguard? Or is it just better to make a token here with Descendant of Storms? Alrighty. Like, playing the Fortress Kinguard just makes it really easy for us to continue attacking. Ooh, drawing a land was good. Just trying to make my board go super wide here if possible. This gets in for an extra point of damage. Jeskai Devotee. Okay. Dalkoven Pack Beasts. Sure. I mean, the way that I look at this still, if you think about it, it's still a 1-drop that's trading for a 2-drop here. But if they don't, like, it's still getting in for damage. So it's just, like, it's all good. It's all good for us. And obviously at some point, like, I get to the point where I can start pumping out tokens. It's probably in their best interest that they have a Detainment or a Molten Exhale to kill the Pack Beast. Yeah, Underfoot Underdogs won't quite get it done here. Oh, we did draw a land here, which is excellent. The problem is I don't really have, like, they have pretty decent blocks here. So I'm trying to figure out, like, the best attacks. Like, what if I just kill Devotee and attack with everything? This gets eaten here. Okay. And then now, given that I'm 1 mana away from activating the Bearer of Glory, I'm going to play it here. And now they have some pressure here. It's like, do I want to kill Bearer of Glory or do I want to play something big? If they play something big, that would be my preference because I can use the coordinated maneuver. Corey Steelcutter. I've been playing a little standard recently. I am sick of this card. Who's with me? Raise your hands. Or like this video if you are sick of Corey Steelcutter. What the hell is this attack? Okay. Sure. All right. They're at 14 life. 2, 3, 4. They can block these 2 things on the left. Let's see how they block. Yep, okay. So, what do I want to kill? And I think it's the monk. I don't care about a 2-1 flyer here. So let's just kill that. And have them take a ton of damage. Okay. Yeah. No, this is fine. Because, yeah, like, if they don't kill the pack beast and I just draw an untapped land, they're in a lot of trouble. Obviously, if they can double spell, that's very good for them. Like, with 5 cards in hand, I obviously don't feel good about this spot. So we'll see where this goes. Especially if they can flurry. If they can, like, kill a thing and play a creature and trigger the Corey Steelcutter, I think we're probably just dead. But the nice thing is we hit diamond, so we can't get out of diamond. I don't think. Can you DK? I don't remember. Okay, there's land number 5. They're attacking me. Do they have, like, unsparing Boltcaster? Like, these attacks just... Given that they're at 6, they're insanely aggressive. Okay. Oh, never mind. Okay, well, you know what? This is, like, one of those, like, yeah, good beats, right? My opponent went Corey Steelcutter, Sage of the Skies. Like, what can you do? The answer is not much. The answer is you're just... You know, you go, good game, opponent, good rares, GG's. Yeah, I mean. We're playing a Boros Mirror, and our opponent has 2 rares, and we did not get to play 1. Seize opportunity. Main phase for 2 cards. Okay. Twin Bolt? Ugh. That's gross. I kind of need to save this Bearer of Glory, too. But, like, in all honesty, we are unlikely to win this game. Like a Duty Beyond Death off the top, maybe, would be really, really nice. War Effort. Those are 2 of the cards that I'm thinking about. If they attack with the Sage of the Skies, then I can get in for a good attack. Stadium Headliner. I mean, that certainly lets me kill one thing. These attacks don't make a whole lot of sense. Whatever. I mean, I'm just so dead. So I kill the flyer? I mean, my opponent just made the actual best blocks possible here, so props to them for seeing the right line here. But Corey Steelcutter's made 2 tokens. If they play another spell here, I think I'm just toast. They're even playing Twin Bolt, which is, like, not great, but it's good for the Boros Mirror. Oh, wow, they didn't actually have a spell this turn. That's pretty lucky. Oh, no, they did? I don't know. Well, we drew the land, but this is still probably just not ideal for us. Okay. Maybe I just, like, effigy them out of nowhere. Alright, they're at 2 life. I have no board. They just attack me with everything and play nothing. That's my hope. Alright, we're dead. Alright. Hey, it's okay. Losing to another Boros deck with high-end rares is not, especially Sage of the Skies. That one's really, really tough. They also made 2 tokens off the Corey thing. 4 and 2. Let's go. Slow decks. I want slow decks. All right. Oh, wow. Got playing against a Mythic 22. Unreal. What do I want to lead with? They're both really good. I guess it's the Descendant of Storms. Descendant of Storms? It's actually really interesting what I do here. I feel like this matchup, it's not about like, this matchup's not really about necessarily getting super aggressive. It's like, it feels like just getting slightly ahead, right, is where you want to be. So I have a 1-1 here. If they make a 1-1, I'll block. So this is, I don't mind the spot. I think the Mardu Monument's going to be pretty big here too. And we drew the Black Source. So we don't need to necessarily get a swamp here off the Monument. It's a super awkward situation though. Obviously they probably have a good hand. It's just, it's an awkward spot because they have, I was on the play with the Descendant of Storms. Yeah, easy block here. Tempest Hawk? That's where we're at? Okay. Well, I definitely don't want to get hit by that thing. The question is, do I want to play Nomad Outpost or do I want to play Mardu Monument? Or do I want to use the Headliner to kill this? I'm going to play the Outpost. Okay. Our opponent does not believe in blocking. I just want to save the maneuver. I just feel like having an instant speed trick is going to be quite nice. I still get in for some damage. Next turn, I have the ability to go like Bearer of Glory plus maneuver. Don't have Twin Bolt. Ugh, that's gross. You disgust me, Liliana. Liliana, you disgust me. All right. Let's go get a mountain. Let's play Bearer of Glory and pass. All right, we are certainly like that Twin Bolt was insane. I'm glad I sacrificed the Stadium Headliner, I will say. They chose to unattack. Hoping this Mardu Monument does some good work here for us. I'd like a Pack Beast off the top. War Effort. Those would all be nice. Dragonback Lancer. They all have Menace, so if they double block one, then like I just kill the token, which is still fine. And now they have a Lancer. Next turn we have the ability to go Coordinated Maneuver plus Bearer of Glory, which is nice. 4 cards in hand for them. This is theoretically a decent blocker, but I'm hoping that the maneuver gets it done for us. Okay, we'll take it. I'm just not even going to block the token. Twin Maw Stormbrood, okay. Duty Beyond Death. Well, I don't think that's particularly strong. I can just use this to kill the Stormbrood. And then we'll just pump. All right. Sunset Strike Master into Shock Brigade. Okay. No attacks from my opponent. One card in hand. Let's see how they block. The Bearer of Glory just can't get blocked. That is a lot of stuff on... Well, no, they just die if they do that. Okay, that block makes sense. That block makes sense. Yep. So what do I want to do is the question. Do I sack this token to make sure the Strike Master dies? If I pump everything, this still dies, this lives, and this still dies, and they take 5. Yeah, I just want all my stuff to live. Okay. Yeah, I know my creature gets bounced, but it's still fine. They're at 3 life. They're not really in a great position to attack me. And Fleeting Effigy... I mean, these are all 2-power creatures as well. So if they can't kill the Bearer of Glory, I have 4 attackers, and they all have 3 power. Yeah, there we go. Rank 22, no big deal. No big deal. Thanks for the elo, friend. Actually, for us, we just get 1 tier, so it's actually a disaster for my opponent and just okay for me. But it's okay for me. 5 and 2. All right, opponent on the play. Ooh, the Swamp. But we do have the Mardu Monument. We do have the Mardu Monument. That's probably going to be our turn 3 play. Unless we draw a mountain naturally. We did. We did. On the draw here, but I do like my hand, right? I have the Shock Brigade into Fortress King Guard into War Effort, so... I mean, that's kind of how you want to draw it up here. What the? Turn 2 just Dragon Hunt? Alright, well, here you go. Shock Brigade. I guess they really needed to find a land. So this is... Molten Eggs. Fresh Start. Okay. Play Zergo's Vanguard. This doesn't have Mobilize. Okay. I mean, the thing is, this being in play is still good with some of our go white stuff. We have the Kirin, we have Duty Beyond Death, so it's still nice to have a piece of cardboard that does something. My opponent must have a lot of removal in their hand if they just ran out of turn 2 Glacial Dragon Hunt there. If you have a removal spell, you probably... Oh my gosh, okay. Well... This could signal bad times for the opponent here. Ooh, we drew the Kirin. Wow. I'm just running out the War Effort here. Alright, there are 14. And the thing is, even if they kill Zergo's Vanguard, my Shock Brigade still makes a token that can attack, and then I can just play more things as well. Flamehold Grappler. Oh my god. Into a 2-mana card? Okay, presumably it's a removal spell. Twin Bolt. Nice. Okay. Oh, and I cannot attack. Yeah. Although, I guess I could technically, just because I can attack. Oh no, and if they block the Shock Brigade, I just pick it up, right? And then now, do I just go super wide with this? I think so. All right. And worth a shot, right? Although I don't even know if I wanted to pick this up. We'll see. The Dirtle Turtle. The Dirtle Turtle lives. They're at 14 life. So they can kill 2 of these creatures. And they take 8. Yeah, I still feel like I should be attacking. Oh no, they take 6. But like I said, I still feel like I should be attacking. The question is, do I want to pick up the Fortress Kinguard or do I want to pick up the Shock Brigade? I think I want to pick up the Fortress Kinguard. Okay, so as long as they don't kill the War Effort or the Mardu Monument, I think we have a shot here. So the reason why I did this is if I pick up the Shock Brigade and play it, they can kill the Shock Brigade. Whereas this just puts more bodies in play. I feel like they're going to want to attack with the Ambling Storm Shell. We'll see. Teeming Dragonstorm. Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't. But they're at 8 life. And if they don't kill the War Effort, this is just a ton of damage. I think it's just going to be lethal here. That's why you take the Mardu Monument. They do have a sweet deck, though, I will say. Grappler, Storm Shell, Dragon Hunt. Okay, this isn't... They're just dead on board. Ooh, Mammoth Bellow. Look at all that value. If I drafted a 5-color deck, I'm pretty sure I would have just straight up lost. Oh, Coordinated Maneuver? Holy cow. Yeah. I mean, they were just dead on board, but I could have killed a fresh start as well. And then made an extra token, which I think is better than killing one of their creatures. And now we are 6-2. Man, Boros just continues to treat us well. That is the nature of this format. I compare this a lot to, and I think I've said it before, but remember in Modern Horizons 3, where everybody was going crazy about the Writhing Chrysalis Eldrazi decks in the beginning, and they were good, no doubt. But what ended up actually being the best archetype once people kept overdrafting the Eldrazi decks were the Boros energy decks. And it feels like the exact same thing here. Everybody's like 5-color, 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 myself included. But it does feel like on average, like your Boros decks will probably perform a little bit better. That's what it's felt like so far. All right, on the draw here, playing against another Boros opponent. The Descendant of Storms not looking as good here. But I'm still going to play it. We have a great hand, but... Oh, they're black-white, never mind. Well, I guess they could be all 3 colors with the turn 1 Devotee. Okay. Wow. They attacked me. Sure. It's a race. As long as they just don't clear my board, this is not the worst spot to be in. I got the Salt Road Pack Beast that I want to deploy as quickly as possible. I really hope they don't play aggressive negotiations. Kintree Nurturer is actually worse. So no good attack with the Shock Brigade, right? No great attack with the Descendant as well. So I think it's just Zergo Vanguard. Or Zergo's Vanguard. There are times where you just gotta chill and not attack. Next turn is a good opportunity to get in a big attack. But if they keep up a bunch of mana, I still might not want to do that. We'll see what happens. Like, if they keep up Caustic Exhale plus other combat trick mana, I think it's really, really poor for me to choose to attack. So I'm just going to play a Pack Beast. Against 2 open mana, it just... I don't want to play into my opponent's hands. And I'm not going to play this turn, so I'd rather leave up white sources for Descendant of Storms. Although, I guess I also have Stadium Headliner. Alright. Coordinated maneuver. Yep. Well, the nice thing is it can't kill the war effort. Let's see what else they're working with. That's land number 5. Okay. How do I want to do this? I don't want to block the Bearer of Glory. I think I'm just going to block here, just because I don't think I'm going to get too much value out of this anyways with this in play. So let's just block like that. I mean, obviously they were representing the pump here, but let's see what else they have. Man, Kintree Nurturer for days, I guess. Okay. So this is precisely the spot where a card like War Effort definitely doesn't shine, and the reason why it doesn't quite have the win rate that you would expect. Now, I do think the card is excellent. Just saying how there are instances where it's not as good, and certainly this is one of them. I'm at 16, they're at 20. I feel like if I play a defensive game, this is just not going to work out for me. So I'm just going to attack, noting that I know that there are some unfavorable trades for me here. For example, like if they block Shock Brigade with a token and Mardu Devotee, it's not great. But hey, with a Bearer of Glory in play, even these little tokens are representing more damage. So I'll just take that trade just to try to get my opponent somewhat low enough here, where maybe I can sneak in a win here with like a seize opportunity or something along those lines. And if they block like this, I mean, we're clearing the board too, right? So I shouldn't be too upset at that either. Now, if they have a Duty Beyond Death as their last card, yes, that is a problem. All right. So I have no board. 15 to 16, but I have a War Effort and a Fleeting Effigy available. They have nothing in their hand. They're just going to pump and attack probably. And we're possibly in a racing situation. Given that I don't have enough to do here, it's possible... Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with the seize opportunity. Oh, Sun Pearl Kirin. Well, that makes things super interesting. Bounce the token, draw a card. All right. So now they're at 8 life, right? So Effigy can potentially kill them. Sun Pearl Kirin plus token plus seize opportunity also is lethal. So they have to be really, really careful with how they choose to attack me. Fair enough. We're obviously not blocking here. Now, if they have just another land, then obviously it's good for me. Ooh, it does feel like they might just have another land here. And we drew another land here, and we go Fleeting Effigy. And let's see what happens. I think I go for it. Just enough. Wow. Our opponent got a little flooded there at the end. I mean, granted, we drew the same number of lands, but they did play the Mardu Devotee, but we were able to squeak through just enough damage with some highly aggressive attacks. And there you have it. Another trophy. Another nice little trophy here. Get some gems, get a pack. We are Diamond 4, and we are going to continue climbing. Try to get to Mythic as quickly as possible. And continue, you know, maybe we get rank 1, maybe not, but we'll see. But like I said, this is just kind of your textbook bread and butter Boros beatdown deck. Incredible curve, 2.3 average mana curve, 7 2-mana creatures to play. We have some incredible payoffs here for going wide. Triple maneuver, be it duty beyond death, frontline rush, and war effort, all good with millions and millions of creatures. And then we had 5 1-mana plays, several ways to mobilize or make tokens, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8 ways to mobilize or make tokens, along with the war effort. Mardu Monument also really good with a bunch of ways to go wide. So, you know, this is a deck that's not overly fancy. You're just wanting to curve out. You want a bunch of cheap things. You want some payoffs for having a bunch of random tokens onto the battlefield, and that's exactly what we did. We had some close ones, though. So being able to recognize where you can squeeze in every last point of damage is extremely important, because a lot of games can be determined by 1 or 2 life, right? Some games come down to whether or not you can top deck the removal spell to get in the last 2 points of damage. So be aggressive, but calculated aggression, I think, is important too. I don't think necessarily it's always good to mindlessly attack, but when you have a card like War Effort in play, oftentimes it is. But there you go. 7-2, another trophy, feeling really good about this. Hopefully we can rattle off a few more trophies in a row to get to Mythic quickly on our road to rank 1. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and would like to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Once again, big shout out to all of the patrons. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need some booster boxes or Magic the Gathering singles for your constructed decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that it's been a few days since I've recorded. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but certainly not least, check out heavyplay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. You need deck boxes, you need playmats, you need sleeves, you need all that good stuff. Check them out, heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.